Testing, testing. Can you hear us? Testing, testing. Nick, let us know. Can you hear us?
Testing 561. I see a Comoney logo on my screen. Comoney.
Please let us know if you can hear us. Okay, says it can hear.
Alright. No, don't do that. Nick and Claramity are here. Good to hear from you people. Nice. Should we get into it, Sam?
Oh, I just want to make sure everything was working.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, I'm E.T. Gonzalez. To the right of me is Sam Gonzalez. We don't have the webcam on. You can't see us, but that's where we're positioned. We haven't done this in a while. Sam has the controller in his hand. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection, submitted to us by our viewer, Patrick O. That was very nice of him. And we're like 4/5 through this game, through the main campaign at least. And it's just good to be back. We've had a bit of a hiatus. There's been a few complications that prevented us from streaming, but it's good to be back.
For some reason, with the streaming program I use, Streamlabs, I started having technical difficulties last week, and I tried to do the stream 3 or 4 times, and also the capture card wasn't reading like normal, so I might need to get a new USB cable, and I think I'm going to try to uninstall and reinstall the software, but it just got so frustrating we stopped. I was tinkering with it this afternoon, and it was pretty frustrating. It kept crashing on me, which I've never had happen before. I even turned off the computer, turned it back on a few times, but it was still giving me a lot of hassle, so somehow it is barely hanging on, and we're just going to make it work. So I'm Sam, and I am not going to be using the webcam today just because I've been having all these crashes and errors. I think for whatever reason, either the program can't handle it or my computer can't handle it. Not exactly sure why, because my computer's pretty powerful. So I might need to be doing some computer maintenance during some of my off time. But yeah, this is us two. We are doing Early Days Collection. And who is Claramity? Do you know that person?
Claramity is Dolly Strawberry.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for joining.
That's her new alias. We're testing the waters with it. Now, Sam, you seem to suggest that you wanted to do a different deck. Do we have time to do that? I've got a few hours in me. You can probably stay up later than me. Or are we just going to keep up with the really cool deck that I created?
I really wanted to try to do a new deck, but do you think this will probably take at least one more stream?
To finish the whole game, probably at least one more.
Okay, so maybe in between the next one, you could try to make the new deck, because I was just more concerned about this working properly. I do want to do the Exodia deck, but maybe that'll just have to be off screen to make it, and then try to play it next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with Marik, because I put him in the thumbnail.
Yeah. And then are we doing voices, or should I do a voice?
That's fine.
I'll do it. And they give him, like, in the English dub, they give him, like, a vaguely, like, I'm a bad guy. You still haven't had enough? Fine. I do not mind being your partner for the time being. I had nothing better to do anyway. Remember, hold that R button. Hold that R button. And this game is Yu-Gi-Oh! Eternal Duelist Soul. This was originally for the Game Boy Advance. This was released in 2001 or 2002. And this is the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game to really be the simulator. So, his opponent used Delinquent Duo, which forces him to discard 2 cards from his hand. Sam is playing, I'm commentating, so you know what's up. Claire Amity's given us some laughs. His opponent did Delinquent Duo, set a monster, and then 2 back row. So Sam's already at disadvantage. He's lost 2 cards. But Sam turns the tables with Heavy Duster, which obliterates his opponent's back row.
Already gonna set a card down, set another card down, and pass it on.
Thank you. I like you want to have the opportunity to experiment with voices. His opponent summons Dragon Seeker, which can't get its effect off. Now, Sam can respond if he chooses to. That banishes a card from your opponent's hand for 4 turns. But it gets banished face down. You don't get to see it. It gets done randomly. Dragon Seeker attacks Sam's set monster, which is Wall of Illusion. Wall of Illusion has a bounce effect, so Dragon Seeker returns to the opponent's hand. Sam activates Light Force Sword, which banishes a card from his opponent's hand for 4 turns. Face down. I think that might be the first banish face down effect ever. You don't get to say what it is.
It would have been cool if I got the card.
Now, all Sam has in his hand is a mongoose and an axe. He can fit 2 things in one hand, Sam. That's impressive. Sam summons Nimble Mamanga, going on the offense, and powers it with Axe of Despair, giving the little vermin 2,000 attack points. Pretty decent. Nimble Mamanga attacks, dealing 2,000 damage. Little M Big G's here. Hello, thank you for the support, Little M.
Hello. Thank you for joining, Lil M.
His opponent sets a monster. His opponent's quaking in fear. What killed you, Claire Amity? Sam attacks the set monster with Nimble Mamanga. And Gemini Alpha, respectively powerful card, crumbles to the powered up Nimble Mamanga. Sam's got the life point advantage and the field advantage, so this is looking pretty good so far. His opponent getting defensive and building up that back row.
Thank you, Lil M. Okay.
Sam draws and sets a face down that you don't know what it is. And then Nimble Mamanga is going in for the dive.
I think I might have actually got his tribute monster earlier.
Yeah. And White Magical Hat falls to the Mamanga. Nick says, I play Wishwick. Is that if Homestar Runner was playing Yu-Gi-Oh? I activate my quick play Wishwick. Opponent sets, he's just going on the defense, so Sam drew Mystical Space Typhoon, blowing up that back row. Got make sure you blow up the opponent's back row, not your own. So opponent had a trap as Sam suspected. When you said Nimble Mamanga, it sounded like Nipple Mongoose. So. We're trying to keep this like PG-10. We're turning this into like a 2000s PG-13 comedy. 2000 aughts.
Uh-oh.
His opponent gets his card, the mystery card, back.
Uh-oh. Alright, my squirrel with the axe is gonna attack his face now.
No, you're fine,
Uh-oh.
Dolly. Sam has fallen into the Cyber Jar. Cyber Jar destroys all monsters on the field. You can't respond, but you shouldn't. Cyber Jar destroys all monsters on the field. Then both players will excavate the top 5 cards from their deck and summon any level 4 or lower monsters that they're allowed to. Sam got Dimensional Warrior. What else? Your own Cyber Jar.
That's fun.
Vorse Raider. And who else? Last card. His opponent set in a monster. Another monster. Uh-oh. That's a little bit of trouble. And there's some powerful spells that they get in. So this could be really chaotic. You can use Axe of Despair's effect, but do you choose to? If you use it, you have to tribute one of your monsters to add it to the top of your deck.
Oh.
I suggest you don't resolve it with a chain, and I also suggest that you don't use the effect.
Yeah, I don't need that.
No. Okay. Dimensional Warrior is the name of the card. Why don't you show Dimensional Warrior? Oh, it'll show Dimensional Warrior attacking. Don't blink, you're gonna miss him. Because when Dimensional Warrior does battle, him and the opposing monster both get banished. Uh-oh, he's got Delinquent Duo back in his hand. Dimensional Warrior and Magician of Faith are both banished. Love that banish sound effect, it's so cool. Vorse Raider, slashing away. What monster? I already forgot what it was. Another Magician of Faith, okay. So, his opponent gets add a spell back to his hand. And what spell does he... Oh, he had none, so you're good. Alright, so main phase 2. Now, I don't want to backseat though. There's something you could... Oh, okay, that's good. Confiscation allows you to pay 1,000 life points. Look at your opponent's hand and force them to discard a card. Alright, Sam got rid of Raigeki. That was probably a good move to make. Dolly says that she thought we said Dementia Warrior. No, Dimensional. He's from another dimension, and he sends people other dimensions. His opponent plays Delinquent Duo, which forces Sam to discard his entire hand.
Oh, I probably should have just set those. That's my bad.
Well, I didn't want to guide you, but his opponent tributes the face-down monster to summon Dragon Seeker. Dragon Seeker goes in for the attack, but Sam can do something.
What's its attack right now?
Dragon Seeker has 2,000 attack. Vorse Raider has 1,900.
Oh, okay.
Sam responds with Rush Recklessly, which increases Vorse Raider's attack by 700. Counterattacking and defeating Dragon Seeker. You heard correctly the second time. Maybe the little guy does have dementia, you know? I don't know his backstory.
Oh, they got rid of the Morphing Jar.
Yeah, the opponent tributed Morphine Jar number 2 for Dragon Seeker. So Sam can attack directly. And then more than half opponent's life points are... Oh, this game could be in the bag. So, Sam ends his turn. By the way, if you plan on watching or reading the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, this really isn't what Marik's deck is like. They took a lot of liberties because most of his cards didn't exist back then. His opponent sets a monster. Sam plays Nobleman of Crossout, which banishes the set monster and the opponent's open. Alright, Dolly, you gotta go, but you had fun. Thank you very much. It was nice seeing you again. It's been quite some time.
Thank you for joining.
Lots of hearts. What just happened? You could not possibly have the powers to intimidate the gods. You didn't play any gods. This guy is just a lot of talk.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Sam just ran into a rare hunter. You gotta be careful. If you lose against a rare hunter, they take one of your cards. Do you want to read this, or should I read this?
It happened so suddenly that there was no time to grasp the situation. A man appeared, shrouded in a cloak, as black as night, and rudely blocked her path. The man flings off his robe to reveal his identity. Hope he doesn't fling off too much.
Hey, it's that guy. Oh, I'm supposed to do the voice. You have a rare card, don't you? That's a statement, not a question. If you offer it now, you can avoid all the suffering that is coming your way. Or would you prefer to duel? Remember, hold that R button.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta. If you don't hold that R button, we'll be streaming this game into next year. All right. Opening. Who got the first? Who won rock paper scissors? Sam won rock paper scissors. He got the opening hand, and man, there's a bunch of cards in it. Sam summons Vorcerator. Nick wants to know, is that guy just walking down the street with a purple cloak and chains? Yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! For you. That's what they do. Those characters love wearing their chains any time of day. Sam equips Vorcerator with Black Pendant, powering him up, giving him 500 extra attack points. And if Black Pendant gets destroyed, his opponent takes 500 damage. So it powers you up and it gives him a little dent. His opponent plays Delinquent Duo, which forces Sam to give up 2 cards in his hand. One gets randomly discarded, and then Sam must choose one to discard. See, I wish there was a way we could do this and we don't see Sam's hand, but what can you do? His opponent then sets a monster, and we draw. Okay. Moment, a cross out banishes the face down monster. Morphine Jar number 2, and yep, it's out of there.
What does that one do again? Does that discard your hand?
Morphine Jar number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Morphine Jar number 2 forces both players to shuffle all other monsters back into their deck, and then you count the number of monsters that were on the field when it was shuffled. Then you excavate until you get a number of valid summons, and the other cards get destroyed. They get sent to the graveyard, I should say.
Oh.
So it's a bit of a tricky card.
Pretty wacky.
It can mess things up. His opponent set a monster. Send summon Cyberstein. Sorry. It's a potato situation. Sam pays 5,000 life points, quite a cost to use its effect. And from the extra deck, you get Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon with 4,500 attack points.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna use Force Raider, attack the face down, and then go for game with Blue Eyes.
Trying to go for game here. Man-Eater Bug.
Uh-oh.
So Man-Eater Bug, when it's flipped, it destroys a monster on the field.
You're gonna use that on a Man-Eater Bug?
You could use it, but it will still destroy Blue Eyes.
Well,
It doesn't negate its effect.
you don't know if it's gonna destroy it, but
Of course it's going to destroy it.
you never know.
The AI tries to destroy the strongest card,
You never know.
but there's a very low chance that it will try to do a weaker one, but it's a very low chance. Let's see. Mr. Top 10 List says, good thing Blue Eyes isn't a man. Welcome, Mr. That's pretty.
What does that mean?
Pretty intellectual. But Blue Eyes has the spirit of a dead girl in it.
Huh?
Yeah. You didn't know?
What does that have to do with being a man?
Because it's a man-eater bug.
Well, he ate him anyway. What did he summon?
Nick, he summoned Vorcerator.
Yeah, you can't even see.
Sam responds with Ring of Destruction, which will destroy Vorcerator, his opponent's Vorcerator. Nick says, growing up, I thought it was the Cyberstain Bears. That was a bit of a stretch, but I'll accept it. You really go for some of these puns, man. You should write for... What's something that has a bunch of puns? I don't know, a joke book? Let's go with that. Or like, what's that thing that Ken Graham mentioned? It was like a series of books that are puns. Xanth. It's like roller skates that like tie them. Like everything is like a pun. Everything that happens in the book is a pun. Now America's like, I lost. Why? Could it be? Like what vague dialogue? Could you possibly have something that could compete with my Yugi?
Yugi?
Yes.
Possessive.
It's in love. And then Sam got some cards, alright. Mask of Darkness. Unhappy Maiden, Gaia the Dragon Champion, Cocoon of Evolution, and Stop Defense. Those are not all terrible. I suppose some of them are playable. Alright, continuing on with Tier 4. We need to beat everybody 4 times. So, we've beaten Marik plenty of times. We still need one more on Strings, one more on Seeker, and one more on Loomis and Umbrella. Same goes for Strings. I will not lose everything over. Hold that R button. If we had super chats, we could be so like, hold that R button, Sam. Sam draws that opening hand. His opponent draws cards 2, sets a monster in the back row. On to Sam. I remember his deck just not being terribly eventful. But, you know, there's still a few tough cards in there. Sam plays Nobleman Across Out, which banishes the set monster. But his opponent responds with Magic Jammer, which discards a card and negates Nobleman Across Out. Sam plays Pot of Greed, drawing those 2 cards. And what could Sam do? Sam plays Graceful Charity, draws 3 cards, and then discards any 2 cards from his hand. Bit of a tough choice, but... Nick says Sam versus One Punch Man. Mr. Top 10 List, if you're still here, I wonder if you get anything from this game, these games. These are kind of a blast from the past. But nice to see it. Okay, Sam made his choice, and I don't remember what they are, but it's okay. Sam plays Confiscation. Pays 1,000 life points and discards 1 card from his opponent's hand. Discarding Dark Hole. That could have caused some trouble. Sam gets on the defensive and passes. I always like the little glove. That's funny. His opponent summons Bystro Butcher. He had a hidden Bystro. Is it Bystro or Bistro? He's just ganging up on you. When Bystro Butcher does damage to the opponent draws 2 cards. So to be honest with you, I think that's very beneficial to you.
Tanking goes to the hand, right?
Yes. But you're not going to have many life points left if you do that.
Yeah, but I got Dark Hole.
Alright, Sam draws a card. It seems really risky, but you got Dark Hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
I don't agree at all, but it's Sam's play. Sam pays 5,000 life points to summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I think. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but this is probably gonna do. That's what it does. Gotta go to your main phase. Sam did a lot of damage, but a bit of a risk.
Yeah, see what happens. Uh-oh.
Sam lost. That doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. That was way too reckless.
No.
I'm not talking about the boar.
It's fine.
It's fun or it's fine?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Hold R, hold R, hold R. Hold that R button. Hold that R button. Let's try again. Sam got the opening move. He summons Vorse Raider. And sets one back row. His opponent plays Swords or Revealing Light, which, as it is, prevents Sam from attacking him for 3 turns. Mr. Top 10 List got my joke. Sam uses Change of Heart on the set monster. And because he controls it, he has knowledge of what it is. Hane Hane. When flipped, it returns a monster to the hand.
Oh. That's silly.
What's silly?
That's a silly thing to happen.
Vorse Raider was bounced to Sam's hand, but Sam summons it back to the field. Honestly, your response might have been better than you thought. Sam plays Mystical Space Typhoon, which destroys one spell or trap. Sam picks Swords Revealing Light. I don't know why I blanked out there for a moment. So his opponent is open. He goes in for the attack. There's nothing his opponent has to respond with. Oh, I spoke too soon. He's got Numinous Healer. He healed a little bit from that attack. Yeah, feel the sting of that little axe. You got a guy with a big axe and a guy with a little axe.
What was the requirement for the trap card?
Numinous Healer activates when you take damage.
Isn't it a certain amount of damage?
No, it's any damage.
But it's only 1,000 gain.
And then you gain more if there are other copies of it in your graveyard.
Oh, okay.
Sam summons Wall of Illusion to the field. Mr. Top 10 List, what do you think of our deck that we made for this? I'm curious. Sam uses Snatch Steel to take control of Hane Hane. When Sam has Snatch Steel, it's equipped to Hane Hane. So as long as Snatch Steel is there, Sam has control of Hane Hane. However, his opponent gains 1,000 life points during each of the standby phases. Sam attacked Needleworm, which forces Sam to mill the top 5 cards of his deck. A little bit of a drawback, but as Sam always says, what do you always say?
It's just a worm.
That's not, you just made that up. Okay. I think he says something like, as long as I have 1 card in my deck, I'm okay. Or something. It's like mill 5, as long as it wasn't mill 40, you're good. His opponent has his own Dimensional Warrior, which going in for the attack, but Sam responds with Mirror Force, which blows up his opponent's side of the field. And you draw the card.
And then I play a card.
Getting offensive with the Mongoose. Mr. Top 10 List says, seems like a good stuff deck. You have all the meta effects and big dudes. I like that. This was partially put together with some viewer input. Seems like a good stuff deck. Yeah, that's all you need. Just get a bunch of good stuff in there. You made a deck. No archetypes. No series. What's some other stuff? No hand traps except Karibo. Yeah, just get a bunch of good stuff. Make a deck. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I'm just being bitter. Sam's getting even more aggressive with his mongoose. Is that the plural? And
Mangoes.
slashing with Vorse Raider. Actually, I think somebody, it might have been Dungeon Dive Sam, pointed out that Vorse Raider has like a Klingon weapon, and it's not really an axe. It's like what kind of Star Trek geek I am? Isn't it called a batleth? What the Klingons have? Nick wants to know what a vorse is. Me and Sam actually joked about this recently. Weren't you like, what is a vorse? Right? Weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, I have a theory that they're trying to say something. I can't prove this, but I have a hypothesis that they're trying to say like horse raider and vorse is some kind of weird corruption. Or maybe he's like inspired by like a Viking raider. So then you like combine Viking and you get the V there from Viking. That's my best guess. In Japan, he's called Blood Vorse. So I don't know. Sam got Wicked Ghost of the Attic. Wretched Ghost of the Attic, excuse me. So we know what the Raider part is. We know what the Blood is. But I don't know about the Vorse. Now we're going up against Seeker. You think you can win against me? Against the Exodia deck? That's all I have to say. Hold that R button. Hold that R button. Hopefully everybody's doing alright. Yeah. Hopefully you got some good cards to stop Exodia. But you know what? Even if we don't, and we get to see the summoning of Exodia, that would be cool either way. Sam leads off with Graceful Charity, but still try to win.
That'd be pretty cool.
So that we go to the next tier. Sam plays Graceful Charity. He draws 3, and then he can discard any 2 cards in his hand. Pretty powerful effect. This card's never getting unbanned. And the current game, Nick, if you're listening, Graceful Charity's been banned for like 20 years. It's too powerful. And Sam summons Wall of Illusion.
Gonna use Swords of Revealing Light, set a card down, set another card down, and end my turn.
Is the stream still live?
Yep.
I was getting some kind of error on the computer.
No, that was the thing I was telling you about the keyframes. It's fine.
Okay. Sorry. Nick says in Italy it's divorce. That's terrible. I hope you're proud of yourself. Let's see. Sam did something and then his opponent did something and then it was a 0 sum.
Can you just use 2 Graceful Charities?
Oh yeah, back in these battle days you could have 2 Graceful Charities in a deck.
That's dumb.
Divorce. That's pretty. Those are ridiculous. There's a few things Sam could do, but Sam plays Mystical Space Typhoon. And he destroys, gotta be careful with that cursor. He destroys Swords of Revealing Light, allowing him to attack again. Then Sam plays Change of Heart to take control of Cannon Soldier. Cannon Soldier, you contribute any monster on the field with it, and it will inflict 500 effect damage on your opponent. That also includes Ganon Soldier. Let's see. I will answer Nick's question in just one moment. Sam tributes Cannon Soldier. Yeah, that was a good move to do. Nick says in Magic the Gathering, there's banned and restricted cards. What's the equivalent of Yu-Gi-Oh? In Yu-Gi-Oh, the equivalent is called the Forbidden and Limited list.
And semi-limited.
And most people just call it the ban list. Initially, I think it was just the limited list because there weren't any banned cards until like 2004 or 2005, or I could be wrong, mixing up OCG with trading card game. Somebody I don't recognize called Double A is there. What's up? Love this game. So do we, and that's why we're playing it. We're playing Eternal Duelist Soul, just to let you know, off of Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection, the Nintendo Switch version. So
Double AA.
Double AA. Oh, so you're 4 A's. Okay.
2 A's.
Okay. I'm AT Gonzalez. Sam is playing the game. I'm being the annoying little fairy in a video game that tells you to go through a door. Sam drew a card. He's going on the offensive with Wall of Illusion. Wall of Illusion attacks the set monster, which is Skill Angle, allowing his opponent to draw a card. Sam sets a mystery monster, which won't be too mysterious to people in this chat. His opponent summons Witch of the Black Forest. Witch of the Black Forest attacks, but Sam responds with Mirror Force.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
He got a leg.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about chicken.
I somehow knew you were going to say that. Now, Sam really doesn't want his opponent to get Exodia cards in his hand. Let's see. Double A says, I hate that BS roll. Banned cards in both games or in official games. I don't care. I still use cards like Pot of Greed and Cyberjar or whatever. Well, just don't use them in a tournament and you'll be fine.
What do you mean you still use them? Are you hiding them in your sleeves?
Just, I mean, that is a way people cheated. Let me see. So, yeah, Cyberjar, both players. It's fun for the family. Both players excavate 5 cards, and then they summon monsters that are summonable.
I mean, I could have summoned a summon skull.
You can't summon Someone's Skull with Cyberjar's effect. His opponent sets a back row and discards 1.
Ain't it something that I can't summon a summon skull?
Is this like the Tootsie Pop commercial? How many summon skulls can you summon?
No, I'm going more like Fairly Odd Parents. Dig dog dog dig dog dig dog dig dog dig dog.
So with that in mind, Sam used Mystical Space Typhoon to blow up an opponent's back row, and there's a few things that he can do. We're on tier 4 in this game.
What's his name?
Doug. Yeah, oh,
Doug Dimmadome?
I haven't seen that show in like 23 years. You're asking the wrong guy. He says, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Without those official rules. Duel with using all cards are fun to play with. I mean, as long as you're having fun, I feel like in some ways you can even the odds against some of the stupid modern decks. Anyway, Sam uses Raigeki to blow up his opponent's side of the field, and unless you can do anything, you attack for game. This top 10 list says that just makes him normal skull. So if you can't summon skull, he's just normal skull. No, I lost. Excuse me. No, I lost my unbeatable deck. What will I tell Marik? That's weird. Getting some cards. What some kind of cards are you getting? Oh right, Peacock. Yeah. Share everybody the Peacock, Sam. That's our favorite streaming service.
What?
Dark Witch is actually meta, believe it or not.
What are you talking about? Oh.
There's your Peacock. It's just the Peacock.
Large peacock that launches its feathers in a lethal attack. Sounds very inappropriate.
Level 5, 17 attack, Vanilla Beater. Let's go.
This thing is just oddish.
Oddish. A better deck, my one weakness. Let's see. Double AA wants to know who's our favorite opponent in the game. You like Seeker because you like the rush of anxiety of the Exodia stuff, and your autocorrect made Exodia into Zodiac, which hasn't that happened to all of us. Yeah, I remember one time. Now to be spiteful, Sam's doing Loomis and Umbra. I remember one time in the game that came after this, Stairway to the Destined Duel, I almost beat him. Like, I could have won, but I got really sneaky. I'm just like, I'm going to attack. And because I attacked, he was able to draw into Exodia. And that taught me a really valuable lesson. Just go for the win. Don't be a showman. A win's a win, as the Fast and Furious movies taught us. Specifically, first Fast and Furious. Should I be Umbra and you be Loomis, or how are we doing this? Or who's talking?
I don't know who's who.
Okay. I don't have to do both voices like a crazy person. There will be no success for you as long as you are opposing our tag team.
Is that the big one?
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll ring you to death.
That's a threat. Holy crap. Hold that R button.
I got it.
Autocorrect is crazy. A better tech, my one weakness. That's amazing. His opponent sets a monster. What could it be? Sam plays Pot of Greed. Draw those 2 cards, sucker. Alright. And now what? Now what can you do? There's a bunch of things you can do. Sam plays Raigeki, which blows up all of his opponent's monsters. And then he's getting offensive with Dimensional Warrior. I used to really not like Dimensional Warrior when I was younger, and he's really grown on me. I just didn't like that banishing both things effect, but I just play differently. Sam did 1200 damage to his opponents, and he... what are you gonna do? It says 1 back row, he says 2 back row, 3 back rows, ha ha ha. And then it goes over to the opponent. Opponent plays Vorce Raider.
I think outside the bun with my Bell of Destruction.
Ring of Destruction blows up Vorce Raider. Sam has done a lot of damage to his opponent already. And you're only on turn 3, so I think we did pretty good making this deck. Dimensional Warrior, attacking for 1200. And then Giant Rat. I don't remember... Mr. Top Talents might know if Giant Rat attacked in the anime. I think he was played in defense position by Chaz Princeton, aka Jun Majomi.
Oh.
Sam has done a lot of damage to his opponent. But here comes the Butcher. And he attacks Giant Rat. Sam...
Sorry, the rat staying in the kitchen. He's actually a chef. They made a whole movie about it.
Oh boy.
That's that mean manager we don't like. They made a whole movie about it.
And Sam might have won this game. Mr. Top Talent says that's the exact instance. Are we talking about Giant Rat?
Yeah, he's talking about Giant Rat. When Giant Rat didn't attack.
It's all your fault. Yours. It's because you said, you moron.
Yeah, moron. You stupid head.
Have you managed to reinforce your deck? Did you know that you can now select a new booster pack? Select it when you got the chance.
Alright, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon Pack. Alright, Magician of Black Chaos. Pretty cool card.
That's a cool looking guy. Firewing Pegasus, which didn't they make a new version of Firewing Pegasus? What do you have to tell us about this, Mr. Top 10 List?
Yeah, it's a new card, and the new pack, Alliance Insight, it actually came out officially today, but we got it last week on a little pre-release. Ooh, Meteor B Dragon, that's a chunky monkey. Serpent Knight Dragon also got a new version in Alliance Insight. We are not sponsored. Dark Magical Ritual, okay, summon a monster, get the card. Not too bad, not too bad. Today's the delivery for your copy of the weekly Yu-Gi-Oh! You open the pages of the magazine to see what 5 cards you obtained this week. Oh shit, Guy the Dragon Champion, it's my 8th one. Electro Whip, if you're into that. Weather control, if only. Mystical moon. Follow wind, okay.
I get forced to do the Joey voice. Hey, the new Duelist in the house. Verify the info using the L and R buttons. So, Sam, congratulations, actually. Whoa, we're doing the end of Evangelion right here. Congratulations. Sam has... That was a joke for Mr. Top Tennis. Sam has beaten all the other duelists a number of times, so we're on the 5th tier. I think there's one more after this. But these are some pretty tough guys. Let's see. It was retrained as Crimson Firewing Pegasus and Alliance Inside. Okay.
Oh, actually, we got it a week ago. I got the booster box last Wednesday because there was a card shop that was selling it in our area. So I don't know if you're like making a joke or anything, but we definitely got it early. And I got the new Cyber Dragon cards.
I don't know who we is. But anyway, Sam's new opponents are Bakura, Ishizu, Seto Kaiba, Shadi, and Yami-Yugi. So how about, since it's been a little bit since we got new duelists, and we're getting really close to the end of the game, so it looks like there's 4 people in the chat. How about one of you guys, you pick which duelists you want Sam to go up against next? And honestly, I think after our break, I might be tempted to play. So how about you guys put it to a vote? Yami, Bakura, Shizu, Seto, Kaiba, Shadi, or Yami-Yugi? How does Tripwire Beast yield the Electro Whip to gain the extra 300 attack? He puts it in his mouth. Do you mean Yami Bakura or Yami-Yugi? I know that seems facetious, but I'm curious. I'm curious. He probably means DeFaro. What kind of deck does Shadi have? I don't know about this game, but in another game, I think he has a light beatdown. I know that's what Ishizu has. For those people wondering, Shadi does not duel in the anime manga. There's just... But in Stairway to the Destiny Duel, Shadi's deck is actually totally random. He copies another duelist deck. And you don't know what you're going up against until you start facing it. It's like playing the lottery. A lottery for kids. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. Okay, so I'm assuming we get 1 vote for Yami-Yugi. That's 0 for everybody else. I think we need some more voters in this election. Am I allowed to vote? I don't know.
I think I'd just go for that.
Yeah, okay. Yami-Yugi. Who's going to try to do the voice? Oh, he looks cool with his Dark Magicians there.
Yeah, that's cool. I like them.
Let's see. I'm not good at it. I'll try. You won't find an easy opponent. If you're wise, you'll hit me with everything you've got. And remember to hold that R button. So this is kind of like an idealized version of Yugi's Battle City deck. It's a lot easier than... It's much tougher than regular Yugi, who's a pretty easy opponent. Sam draw his opening hand. He plays Confiscation, which allows him to look at his opponent's hand and discard a card. So what are we discarding? Say bye-bye to Gardner.
Bye-bye.
Sam summons Dimensional Warrior. And a mystery card is placed on the field. Sam ends his turn. His opponent plays Pedigree. Draw on those 2 cards. Wow, Sam says no to that. Uh-oh. Okay.
I'm sorry, this is about to be my show later.
So he negates Pedigree. His opponent gets defensive. Sam summons Goddess with the third eye to the field. Nick says in this game it's Kaiba Seto. It would be in Japan, and his first name is Seto, and his last name is Kaiba. Kaiba is his surname. Now it's funny. I was reading some of that stuff from the manga recently. We don't know Kaiba's real surname. He was adopted by Gozuburo Kaiba, and there's this whole thing about how he wanted to fight to have the right to have the name Kaiba. So, very few people call him Seto. Most people just call him Kaiba. Or Mr. Kaiba. Mokuba is the one most likely to call him Seto. Now, in English dub, sometimes they mess up and have Mokuba call him Kaiba, which is pretty dumb. It'd be like if I call my brother Gonzalez. Hey Gonzalez, like what? It's weird.
It'd be a little strange.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Anyway, stuff happened on the field. When we met Terra Sands, who plays Mokuba in the dub, and she joked. She says something like this. You know, this kid's really wealthy, but like, why is he always getting kidnapped? That's pretty funny. Yeah, his first name is Seto. And to be honest with you, I think I can't prove this, but I theorize that Kazuki intended him to be Set, and Seto is basically Ramanization Selenos, because Set is an Egyptian deity, and that's who Kaiba is named after. But in Japan, you don't end a word in a consonant unless it's the hard N. So, like Ronin warriors. So, I think it's supposed to be Set, but like Seto was there because as the vowel sound at the end of the word. Yeah, right. There were some Yu-Gi-Oh fan groups I was in back in the day where they insisted on calling him Set. So make it that way you will. Anyway, I lost track of the game here. It's a good thing we're not on live TV. Sam is at a bit of a disadvantage here, but he might be able to turn things around, we'll see. Sam plays Cyberstein. I think I said it right, which a very risky move, paying 5,000 life points to summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is gonna obliterate one of his opponent's monsters. Sam picks Sinister Serpent, dealing a devastating 4,200 damage.
Ruh-roh.
I don't think that was the move to make, but...
Ruh-roh.
Nick says Set is the Egyptian god of the desert, chaos, and violence. That sums up Kaiba. Maybe except for the desert part. Giant Soldier Stone retaliates, dealing damage. But Sam's got this.
I don't know, the desert's pretty salty.
There's nothing desert-like about Kaiba.
He's salty like sand.
Double A. Yeah, I gotta admit, that's a little confusing. Very good, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna do this.
When next we play, I'll work with my partner to build an even more powerful deck.
I feel like you gotta have a little bit of a twangy effect when you do his voice. Sound haughty. See, you like the manga version because the plot's more interesting and complex. One thing I like about the manga moves at a much better pace than I think people give it credit for. I was reading some of the Duelist Kingdom stuff, and it's like boom, boom, bam. All the crazy stuff that happens. It's pretty... They really pad things out in the anime. Now, the counterbalance, the caveat to that, is that they explain more things in the anime, which is both a good and bad thing. There's less, like, assuming things and less, like, mental gaps. But this also makes things take longer than they do in the manga.
I think I'd want to do a break soon. Maybe I'll do one more and then we take a break.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you mind? Could I play for like a little bit after the break?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
We go with this guy.
Sam's gonna go with Shoddy. You may call me Shoddy. I'm here to find out whether you're really the chosen one that I've heard so much about. I don't trust that exclamation point. He's too stoic. Hold that R button. Hold that R button. Hold that R button. Yeah. Alright. Don't make the same mistake I did. So let's see what Shoddy has. I think he has a light beat down, but I don't know. Sam won the rock, paper, scissors. I was going to say coin toss. Got the opening hand, plays pot of greed. Draw those 2 cards. Sam sets a monster and ends his turn. See what the opponent does. Opponent also sets a monster and then 3 back row. Sam summons Dimensional Warrior and attacks that set monster. His opponent responds with Mirror Force, destroying Dimensional Warrior.
Kind of saw it coming.
Yeah, trying to feel out your opponent. That's the strategy. Sam plays Nobleman Crossout to banish his opponent's monster. And it's Needleworm. And because it's a flip effect monster, the other copy gets banished from his opponent's deck. So that was a good move, Sam. Nick says, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Oh boy. Sam flips up Cyberjar, and Cyberjar's flip effect destroys all monsters on the field. Then 5 cards are excavated. If you have any level 4 or lower monsters, they get summoned to the field. Face up or face down. Opponent does the same thing.
Uh-oh.
You have a lot of cards in the hand. There's a lot of things you can do. Sam plays Harpy's Feather Duster to destroy his opponent's back row. Mr. Top 10 List says, Slim Shady sounds like something Sam would say. There's a lot of S words in there. He made a tongue twister. Alright. Dark Hole is played, blowing up the whole field. Because Witch of the Black Forest was sent to the grave, Sam can add a monster from his deck to his hand. So Sam goes with Vorse Raider. Slim Shady sounds like something, Sam. Slim Shady sounds something, Sam. Yeah.
It's a little corny.
Do you know who I am? Sam attacks with Vorse Raider, dealing 19 smackaroos to his opponent.
Smackaroos.
Yeah.
Sounds like a cereal.
Smackaroos, and then you have Vorse Raider on the box.
I'm thinking of Honey Smacks, so it's gotta be Vorse Raider with the backwards hat.
Nick says something totally unrelated. I recently learned that the composer for Killer Instinct also wrote the music for GoldenEye 007. No wonder the Killer Instinct theme is so good. Rare was one of the best developers in its day, and then they got a little screwy. They just had really crazy hit after hit when we were young. I mean, the Donkey Kong Country games, Killer Instinct, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. Man. They did good. I guess Battletoads, I'm kind of iffy about Battletoads. But I like it when they punch things. Mr. Top 10 List says, Slim Shady sneakily sounds Sam saying. Wow, that's a tongue twister. That's a tongue workout.
Tongue workout.
Sam played a spell, but his opponent responded with Magic Jammer, negating the spell.
That's fine. I'll summon Cyberstein.
Sam's getting risky. Sam summons Cyberstein, paying 5,000 life points, and then he can summon a fusion monster, most likely Blue Eyes Ultimate. It's very unlikely he'll be summoning those other monsters, but they are there. Got Blue Eyes Ultimate, and
Go for the kill. Go for the kill.
Sam blow up the back row, and then you play Monster Reborn to bring back Force Raider. Man, the game is asking you so many questions. You think you'd be playing Akinator or something. Like, man. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, it made the banish sound effect because the card got banished. That's why. And then Force Raider attacks for the win. And I'm using that in the literal context.
Smackaroo slash.
I never dreamed you were so powerful.
Yeah, I'm a nightmare, boy.
I just like how he says that and he's so stoic. As a duelist, you might even be better than Yugi.
I just beat him. He's not that great.
Alright, so you're gonna get your cards. You got another Blue Eyes Ultimate, yeah.
Ooh, the front of the pack. There's so many stars, they want to add more, but they can't. I'm seeing a lot of repeats.
Well, we do have every card in the game, so there are always gonna be repeats. Okay, we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna take a break?
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna hijack the stream for like how long? Maybe an hour, and I'm gonna be out of here before 10 Houston time. But yeah, nice seeing you people. We're gonna take a hydration break.
Yeah, be back in less than 10 minutes.
Hi, welcome back from the siesta. I'm A.T. Gonzalez. I'm here with...
Sam Gonzalez, also known as Yo Sammy G.
I wasn't expecting you to talk about your secret life. That's why I laugh. Sorry, didn't mean to step on you. Okay. I have the controller now. I'm going to play... how long are you thinking of doing this, Sam? Because I want to try to go to bed within an hour, 90 minutes tops. I think an hour is all I got in me. So I don't know how long you want to go for. Do you want me to play for an hour, or what should we do? Oops.
I would just give it another 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay, I have the controller in my hand. Nick had a question. I'll answer your question, and hopefully we maintained our audience and didn't alienate them during our little siesta. Let me see here. But I'll answer Nick's question, and in the meantime, vote on who we're going to duel next. Got Yami Bakura, Ishizu, Kaiba, Shadi, and Yami Yugi. So let's... I don't know if I'm leaning towards somebody we didn't go next, so... Yeah, vote on the next opponent.
I'd say do Kaiba.
Okay, we got one vote for Kaiba. Do we have any dissenters amongst the ranks? I think Nick's trying to vote for Ishizu. Okay, we have one for Kaiba, one for Ishizu. I need a a tiebreaker here, people. Somebody gonna be contrary and vote for James K. Polk, third party candidate. I'm on the groove to do the auctioneer voice. I'm not going to try some of my voice here. I cannot do that. I don't know who can do the
We
auctioneer.
want to do, we want to play. It's gonna be Kaiba. It's gonna be Shizu. It's gonna be.
Gonna be Kaiba, gonna be Shizu,
Guy with scale. Main character. Anyone want to Yugi?
I wonder if Miller could do that. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, can we get somebody else to vote, please?
Oh, you can just do the Shizu since he's the fan.
Okay. So to make everybody happy, I'll do a Shizu and then Kaiba. Okay. So to answer your question, can I answer Nick's question and then do a Shizu? So you're asking about Konami's bubble memory in arcade games. So what was happening was in the mid 80s, companies were having issues with their games being pirated way too quickly in the arcades. And this was very upsetting to a lot of the software developers, especially the producer people, because they're like, well, if people are going to pirate their games... I'm talking about arcade companies mostly, but obviously this goes into bigger territory. So they're like, well, if people are going to pirate our games, we're not going to be able to sell machines. So I put them in a bundle. This was an issue. If you see Cinemax's video, which I might try to link to video, he mentions that Williams was concerned about this. Taito were concerned about this. Capcom would eventually be very concerned about this. I'm not sure what Nintendo's stance were, but I'm pretty sure they were concerned. And the Konami execs, they told their hardware people to come up with a system that couldn't easily be copied. Now, conversely, Konami, they were also... The thing about Konami as a company is that historically, they've always been about cutting costs and doing things very cost-effective and cut rate. So they wanted to find a way to reduce piracy of their product and also kind of unify their hardware systems. Because Konami, the way they make their arcade games, almost all their arcade hardware is custom even the things that are similar, you can't just swap out the ROMs on the arcade boards. There's very few exceptions. Like off the top of my head, Ninja Turtles in Time and the X-Men arcade game, they have the exact same hardware. So you could get like a 4-player X-Men and swap out the ROM on one of it and make it a Ninja Turtles in Time. I know you can do that. Although might be a few sound issues. So what the Konami hardware people came up with was something called bubble memory, which is game data that's stored in from what I've only seen pictures of it. I've never seen one in person, and it's stored in some kind of electromagnetic bubble essentially. And they use this. They only used it for like 4 games. I think the first one was Gradius, and they also used it for a version of Twinbee as well, and then 2 other games that I can't think of off the top of my head. And the original Japanese versions of Gradius and Twinbee were made with this bubble memory system, which it was 68,000 based, so it was a 16-bit arcade thing on 68,000 hardware system. Hey, I'm just answering a question in the chat. Double A. The problem with this bubble memory system is that it was really fragile. And if it was in an area where there's too much magnetism, it just doesn't boot up, or it can destroy the game. And it was also not cost effective. So Konami killed it essentially. Now they did produce an alternate version of Gradius and Twinbee, and those were the ones that were released internationally. They would do things like have multiple versions of games on different hardware systems, but they functioned identically. So it was just kind of a flop, really. Hopefully that answers your question, Nick. Okay, and I don't know if Sam thinks that's interesting, or he's just kind of like, what's my brother talking about? I am Ishizu Ishtar, foolish one, endless duelist of meaningless duels. Uncover your cards and reveal your followers. Is she talking about our YouTube followers? Pew, pew, pew. Or what? Or maybe monsters, or maybe it's just a weirdly translated line. Anyway, I win the rock, paper, scissors.
Meaningless duels, what's that all about?
Yeah, hopefully that answered your question, Nick. I don't know. That stuff is really interesting to me. Justin, aka Common RAM Error, he used to have one, but he says they're not worth collecting. That the bubble memory Konami arcade hardware, he says it's a total lemon. It's way too expensive to maintain, and it's interesting from a historical perspective, but you can just play something that requires a lot less effort to maintain and operate, and it'll function the same way. So there you go. Anyway, do you want to commentate, or should I self-commentate?
You're good, whatever you want to do.
I will attempt to self-commentate, and I'll probably get lost in the game. I summon Nimble Mamanga. Set 2 back row. She'll never see those cards coming. And we pass it over to Ishizu.
Mystical Space Typhoon, take out a card. Card's gone later. See ya. Got my whole Vilo on the field.
She summons Maha Vilo, but I respond with Ring of Destruction, destroying Maha Vilo. Ishizu plays a light beatdown deck, so her monsters are light, and they'll try to smack you around.
Put some cards down. Even game.
Even game. Life points are even. Go in for the attack.
Bring out the angel. Take out the mongoose.
She summons Shining Angel and attacks the mongoose, but I can summon 2 more from my deck. And I gain 1,000 life points, so it's a bit of a net gain. I draw a card. Gonna go Raigeki on her, showing her some of my light. And then I summon... I play Confiscation. which I get to discard a card in hand. I'm not worried about that guy, but I'm worried about that hole.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
She's not supposed to have that card. Now, they had to really make up a deck for her for these games because none of her Earth Fairies were real at the time. And many years later, they made cards based on Ishizu's monsters, and her deck was very powerful competitively, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I tag with my mangas. I'm assuming that's what it is, or it's a flying squirrel, I guess. But
It looks like an apple slice.
from a certain point of view, she summons Hashaningen. Hoshi. Never
Was
get her
that
name.
called that in the game? Like a card game in English?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
You see, that's one they could just be calling Starry. They don't need to be doing whatever that is. Just call him
I
Starry.
think it's supposed to be Hoshi Ningen. It's like Star Person. Because Hoshi is Star, and yeah. Anyway. There's my rebuttal. The Wall of Illusion. Oh, wait, I forgot. Wall of Illusion gets weakened because she's a dark monster. At least I assume it's a she. Yeah, a little androgynous looking. A little bit of 80s androgyny here. I don't know about you. I always assumed it was a woman. Honestly, really sick artwork. I wish the resolution was higher so you could see it better. It's like based on some kind of yokai from Japanese folklore. But this guy's hip. They actually have a Link version later, which is called like Hip Hoshiningen. Anyway, so Star Guy.
I mean, there's like a water one, right?
Maybe you think of Starboy. So the Star Child right there. I hit a cable. That was silly. The Star Child there weakens Wall of Illusion, but that's okay. That's okay. We cool. We the offbeats. Nimble Mamanga attacks the star. It's a double KO, but I get 1,000 life points. Wall of Illusion's at full power now, dealing 1,000 damage. More than half of her life points are knocked out. I feel pretty good about this.
I didn't know that character had a Link monster. That's cool.
Yeah, I was trying to get it when I was getting serious about cards, trying to beef up a certain deck of mine, but it's alright.
That's pretty cool.
I don't even know if it's competitively viable anymore. You know that you turn your head in one direction and they print a bunch of new cards and you can't keep up. She summons Maha Vilo, which attacks my Wall of Illusion, but Maha Vilo gets bounced back into her hand. I'll defend with that. That's the best I got. Penguin Soldier lets me bounce a card back. Doing a lot of bouncing. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Alright. Time to go in for the win.
Meteor Dragon, let's go.
Alright, let's show off the Meteor Dragon. Now it's just the cocky I'm gonna win thing. Unless she has Karibo, which she doesn't.
Meteor Dragon.
Meteor win. Meteor mash.
Meatball attack.
Meatball attack. It's like Cloudy with a chance in meatballs. You already have obtained great powers, and those around you are wonderful supporters. You're a contrarian. You're just like, you have pathetic followers, and now I'm a good person because I beat you.
Today's the day for a duel tournament sponsored by the local card shop where you're a regular customer. Of course, you've been invited to participate. Since the duels are held in match format, your side deck is sure to play a vital role. You move to your assigned seat and your opponent arrives. Hopefully clean and hygienic.
In any duel competition at any time, in any place, I will be numero uno. It makes no difference how good the opponent may be.
Make 'em drown, whale boy. Harpoon his ass.
I feel bad because I do kind of like him, but he's my opponent and he's got to go.
Drown out that ocean and put some of them plastic head things in the ocean.
That's horrible. I play Nobleman a Crossout, which will banish that set monster.
Choke them fish with the Coca-Cola plastic holders.
Your great weight is vanished. Now feel my tomato.
Yeah, lick them up.
That's how he attacks. You know, in Japan, he looks more like a pumpkin, really. They made this artwork for the US. This is creepy artwork.
Yeah.
And in Japan, it's actually called Killer Tomato. So I'm assuming they changed it because they use the word, they use the K word. And B, there's a movie called Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I don't want it to be a lawsuit. I play Sword Revealing Light, revealing that set monster. And you revealed Penguin Soldier, so my tomato gets bounced to my hand.
Oh yeah, it does look like a pumpkin.
Killer Pumpkin.
That's interesting that they just made a new art for that.
Arcana uses Mystic Tomato in the anime, but they don't redraw it for the 4Kids dub. Like when he has the card in his hand, it has the creepy US artwork, but he summons it and it's the pumpkin ass looking tomato.
That's weird.
I know this because I was watching the 4Kids dub of that recently. They were streaming it. I didn't go out of my way to do it.
Yeah, they got that set up that they stream it every day, right?
I mean, it's there, and then you get idiotized by the TV. My Dimensional Warrior and the Serpent are taking a little ride to another dimension. I guess that's how that tomato is. I just like, right?
Yeah, it's like Haunter.
Haunter, like Haunter in the Pokemon intro. I will allow that. And the original intro for Pokemon, Haunter likes Charmander, which paralyzes Charmander.
Well, that's from the episode, right?
It's also from that episode. Giant Rat attacks the set monster. It's Magician of Faith. He gets to bring back a spell. Okay, well, I'm prepared, so I'm not concerned.
Oh, sorry.
Plays Dark Hole, I use Magic Jammer. Oh, well. That's a lot of resources to destroy my card, so I'm gonna allow that. Mystical Space Typhoon on the set back row. I wonder what it is. It was Kunai with Chain. That's random.
You gotta have an anchor for your boat.
Cyberstein gets weakened by Umi. That is a difference between a Legendary Ocean and Umi. So just think of them of the same card. Umi weakens machines. I'll show you. Umi increases the attack of Fish, Sea Serpent, Thunder, and Aqua. Weakens machines and Pyro. So this is why some crazy people still play Umi. If only Konami makes games like these too. If only Konami made video games. Like, damn. At one point, I was just going over their catalog. They just stopped making video games, just for the most part, and are basically like an IP rights management company. I've done some research. Yu-Gi-Oh makes like 5 times more money than their games division does. That's why they focus on it. It's a small part of an empire that branched off into other things. Great White attacks Cyberstein. I'll allow it. Sam doesn't like the fact I allowed it. Alright. Put down that Life Force Sword. They got rid of the people who had interesting ideas. They either did that or they alienated them. That's pretty stinky. Doing a lot of damage to my opponent. Draws a card. I'm gonna use Light Force Sword. What? Why couldn't I force a chain? That's dumb. Well, I'll do it now. And then I'm gonna summon Nimble Mamanga. I'm gonna defend with that.
Wait, what?
Because if that's like Mirror Force, you know. Wow. Who called that?
You called it? That was you calling? Picked up the phone, dialed up?
I can't do anything against his sword revealing light. Fusion Sage, yeah. I can do that. I have my turn. Opponent plays Monster Born, brings back my Giant Rat. If my Giant Rat gets destroyed in battle, I get to summon the monster. So that kind of benefits me. I don't think the computer was using their computer brain. They probably did that. It might have been the monster with the highest defense or something. That's something they try to do. Okay, I have my turn. So he attacks Nimble Mamanga. I'm gonna get some life points. And then I can summon another one from the deck. The third one was destroyed earlier. Draw that card. Do I want to do? I'll do it. Pay 1,000 and get rid of the only card in the hand. Sorry, another. Oh right, you could have two back then. Well, I think it's unlimited now. There was a time where you could only have one in a deck. So pardon me. Opponent gets the mystery card back. Giant Rat attacks Nimble Mamanga. Thank you for the life points. And he's totally open. Wise Ultimate attacks for the win. Hey, Giant Rat, she even really exists? You assume Giant Rat's female? Okay.
Yeah, it's unlimited.
Something feels off. I know I was unlucky in the last duel, but I shall win the next duel. I will. Corny. I forgot I took out Crush Card Virus. I think I'm surprised we kept some of these there. I think we just made the side deck and forgot to update it. But let me see. I thought I had Prohibition on the side deck. I'm really not terribly concerned. I think I had good ratios, but I might want to swap out maybe that for Annulment and Extermination.
What's that do?
You banish a set spell or trap card. If it's a trap, both players remove all copies of that trap from their decks.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh no, I forgot to hold that R button. You have over 50 cards in your deck. Actually, I'm gonna rewind time. Your deck count, it adds up your main deck and your fusion deck, aka your extra deck. Usually these games, I usually run a little bit more than 40, and I try to make up for that by having a lot of search cards so that I have good consistency. But I have 47 in the main deck. Now, the reason why I run more than 40 is because back in these days, a lot of opponents had mill and discard cards from your hand strategies, and decking out your opponent is a totally viable option. So That's just my way of trying to be on top of things. I mentioned this in another stream. There was a duel. I think it's season 4, so that would be the Parodius Waking the Dragons arc. Yugi duels Raphael, and I think in his rematch with Raphael's strategy, he was counting on Yami Yugi to have 40 cards in his deck, and then Yami Yugi's like, I had 41 cards in my deck, and that's the only thing that prevents him from winning.
That's silly.
That's amazing. It's silly and it's amazing. I think it was something like it had to be a number that was like even, so it cut your deck in half. And it's like, what? But you have 40 cards, 41. Literally, Yugi's deck has an infinite number of cards in it, and he just draws what he likes. Not even what he needs, just the cards he likes. Isn't that nice? I set 2 back row and end my turn. Card Destruction or Morphine Jar. Yep, those were pretty common back then. You can have a slightly fatter deck if you have stuff that makes it consistent. I say this a lot, and I mean, what do I know? Because I've never won a regional or whatever you call it. I personally value consistency over hand advantage. And sometimes if you focus too much on hand advantage, you can burn yourself through your resources. Excuse me. So that's just my personal thing. Sometimes a +1 isn't a good thing. I don't know if Sam has an opinion.
I'm not really sure what you mean. If you were making your deck more consistent and you're getting more cards, then they would help each other out.
Well, hand advantage isn't always so clean in Yu-Gi-Oh! So sometimes you just get screwed over. Let me see. There isn't just like, I can draw a card. It's kind of like, you must cut off your pinky and draw a card. to draw a card. This isn't good, actually. Yikes. I can't use Cyberstein's effect. Okay, there's something I can do. Miko is better this round. Man, I might have gotten a bit cocky. Jeez, okay. I'll do that. Okay, Surge is gone, that's good. Okay, that's a bit of a disadvantage, but I think I can win. So Great White gets a boost because of Starboy. Starboy, I think. That was the guy you're talking about, Starboy. Okay. I'm going to use Nobleman of Crossout on that back row. On that set monster. Penguin Soldier. I lose mine. He loses his. He has 3 in his deck. Crazy. Now I'm going to use Monster Reborn, and I'm going to bring back his 7-colored fish. What does he have? This might be a risk, but I play Confiscation. Discard a card from his hand. What does he have? Axe of Despair. Ooh, this is a really... That could change things. I'm at a pretty bad disadvantage here, I gotta be honest with you. But I attack Starboy, do some damage, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Oh, but the Starboy was making you stronger, though.
The Starboy was making his Great White stronger.
Yours too, because you had a fish. Might have wanted to take out the Great White. He had 23 attack.
I just saw it as a bigger threat.
No, it was making the fish stronger.
Okay, yeah, this might be the end of me. Oof. Yeah, I can't win.
Oh, one moment.
back to action. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Sam was giving me a signal that he wants to wind down soon. So, we're going to try, by we I mean me, I'm going to try 2 more games. 2 more duels, to be exact. Are you ready? My strategy is invincible, and I'm perfect. We'll see about that. We're going to wind down here. That wasn't great. I'm not sure where I went wrong, but anyway, I'll defend with that and then my turn. So he plays 7 colored fish, attacks my wall of illusion. He takes 50 damage. Yeah, feel that burn. And 7 colored fish goes back to his hand, leaving that field wide open. So this could be the turnaround. I'm gonna use Axe to Despair on Cyberstein. Then we're gonna go for Blue Eyes Ultimate. And then that's gonna be a lot of damage. Fish, attacks Wall of Illusion, goes back to your hand.
Well, that's a wash.
And then attack for game.
Cyberstar, baby.
I just wanted him to have a moment, you know. How would he attack? I don't think he's appeared in the anime. I don't know if he's attacked.
He got bullets on his chest, right?
Well, those are bolts, not bullets.
Oh.
This battle, you win. Next time, no matter what, I will not lose. Ha! This guy had a breakdown. He lost a card game and had a breakdown. Okay, one more opponent. Because I'm getting the signal that I have to end.
Yeah, do Bakura.
Okay. Double AA. Is that double A or is that double AA? I want to know.
Double A.
double A. It's just like, it's like, I'm sorry I have to bring this up. It's like Professor Triple Extra Large from the Kids Next Door. Codename Kids Next Door. Sorry I have to bring it up.
What is that?
He's a guy who seems like a bad guy, but he actually just wants to make the perfect snow cone. But the kids think he's a bad guy. Also, randomly, one part of his body is mutated. So, like, in one episode, he has octopus tentacles, and another time, he has a crab hand. Freak. What a freaky show.
But he's not even mean?
He's not... He's, like, weird, but he's actually not a bad guy at all. He just wants to make the perfect snow cone for kids.
Oh, that's so strange.
Nick is just being ridiculous now, but I'll say it. Believe it or not, I've never tried Pepsi until now. Pretty tasty. I can see why it's popular. Do I have to explain that reference? He's blowing our legs. Okay, there was a video, Angry Video Game Nerd behind the scenes for Pepsi Man, and at the end, James Rolfe says that he never had a Pepsi. Said people thought that was silly. So, okay. Let me see. Can I still do the Bakura voice? Let me warn you, I'm not as pleasant as our host. So he's got some neo pronouns there. He went our. So he's an our. Okay. The deck I've constructed goes well beyond your meager imagination. It's like, I don't know. It's A, that's how I wrote it. I know it makes no sense, but I named myself that way, double A. Okay. I lost the rock, paper, scissors, but it's okay. This isn't the best representation of Bakura's deck, but it's basically like a Dark Fiend beatdown. So it has the right idea. I could see him using some of these cards, but anyway. He set a monster and 2 back row. I play Sword Revealing Light. His Sword Revealing Light negates his Magic Jammer negates my Sword Revealing Light. So, let me see. Let's take a look into that hand. And I think Harpy's Feather Duster's a bigger threat, so I'm gonna get rid of that. He has Destiny Board. Does he? I thought he used Destiny Board in the other game. I thought those cards didn't exist in this one. I summon a big rat to the field, and rat's gonna attack the set monster.
Well, that would be too slow to use anyway.
Alright. I don't got my rat no more. I don't think Destiny Board is in this game. I think it's in the next game. That might be what you're thinking. He plays Sinister Serpent, who's gonna get me with 300 damage. I'll summon Mystic Tomato to the field. Yeah, I don't think those cards existed back then. I had to wait a few months. Mystic Tomato does some pretty decent damage to Sinister Serpent. Sinister Serpent goes back to the opponent's hand as per the effect. Opponent sets. I'm gonna summon Nimble Momonga to the field. Yeah. Nick, why on earth are you bringing up an angry video game nerd behind the scenes video? That was so weird. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that, but yeah. I see you explain that because I'm sure Sam just sees that and he's like, "Wow, Nick's a weirdo." It's like, I don't know what you got out of that.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were talking about.
I respond with Trap Hole. I blew up something. What did I blow up? Force Raider. That's not a fiend. That's a cheat. Here's my fiend, Wall of Illusion. Mystic Tomato attacks. Nimble Momonga attacks. Wall of Illusion attacks, doing quite a bit of damage to him, with 3,400 damage. I have my turn. I think I got him cornered. He plays Witch of the Black Forest, which that mostly benefits me. I take 100 damage. You don't have a field. And I just need one more monster. Yeah, that's... Unless that back row is a bluff. And 1,200, that's what you need. I can't believe it. You've grown even more powerful than my wildest imagination. I felt something when you faced our host. I had no idea it was a premonition that I would be facing a true duelist this day. I don't agree with that dialogue. He's not like a darkly honorable opponent. He really is a scumbag.
He doesn't care about this game. He's just messing with people, right?
If he had another means to just mess with people, he would do it. If it's not... I was gonna say Yu-Gi-Oh! If it's not Duel Monsters, it would be like... It would be some other game.
Chess.
Yeah.
Duck Duck Goose.
Yeah. And, I mean, fun fact, his second voice in the anime, his Japanese... his seiyuu is Rika Matsumoto, who plays Ash in Japan.
Oh, that's cool.
That was his second voice actor. His actors... the voice is very different in the sub, and in the US, you know, it's just like, you know, the card of your demise and whatever. And you know, his sounds a little girly in the original, but it's kind of creepy. It's good. It's different, but it's not bad. I do like both voices. I like making fun of the English voice, and I say that with all the love in the world. I don't hate it. I understand where they're coming from. Rika Matsumoto, we could have met her last year, but she couldn't make it to Tokyo X. Her first voice actress, I forget her name, but she played Ron in Urusei Yatsura. That was the thing I know her from. Ron being Lum's friend with the pink hair, who is like, Ron loves you and what have you, but like secretly she's like, Ron is gonna kill you. And but unfortunately, she died of cancer. So Rika Matsumoto took over the role. So there's your little lesson there. Let's see. Nick says, we'll take these last comments, and then unfortunately, I would love to stay here longer, but my dad is forcing me to go to bed. Sam's tired. It's very hot over here. Let's see. Nick says, when the guy goes to Floyd's 99, the barbers have $signs in their eyes. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. The other guy, double AA, says, his English voice sounds like a smoker. Yeah, I don't like promoting that on this channel, but I could just imagine him in between duels just laying up. Instead of Barbaros, he has like Dark Necrophia. Dark Necrophia 100s or something like that.
Marlboro Black.
If I was better hydrated, I could probably do the voice better. Mr. Top 10 List wasn't in the chat, but I know one time I did fool him with my Bakura voice, which I'm pretty proud of that. I said something like the card of your demise or something like that, and he thought it was from the show. But I don't think I sound 100% here, but it's okay. So yeah, thank you. We're going to try to do this again next week. I know this is it for streams this week. Like, this is our first stream in a while, so that's not really saying much. But I'm up to doing this next week. We still have to go through all the opponents in this tier, so it's probably just... It's going to take a while longer to play this game. Little M Big G returns when we're going to leave. How very polite of you. What will you have to say, Sam? Later. Yeah, if you're new, stick around. It's good talking to new people.
Yeah, thanks for joining in. Glad that we were able to do the stream. I was very concerned about the technical difficulties earlier and last week. But we're going to do what we can. Probably stream again next Wednesday. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll get you some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Next week.
He's Sam, I'm AT.
This is Software Agents. Thank you again.
Mm-hmm.